it's so nice to see you.
Hey, nice to see you too, Mr. Angelini.
Why don't you come in?
Sure, thanks.
So, would you like a cigarette, Holden?
Yeah, sure. I'll have one.
Here you go.
Thanks.
So, I hear you and Pensy are no longer one. What happened?
I flunked basically everything, but I stayed in English, though. It was just mostly literature. But I only wrote 2 compositions, anyway. I flunked oral composition, though.
Yeah, let me go get a few snacks.
Alright. Thanks.
You failed oral composition? Why?
I don't know. It's just that I don't know. It just gets on my nerves. You're supposed to get on in front of everyone, just be all spontaneous and everything, and then you gotta talk to them. You know, like tell a story, and you gotta stick to the point. If someone digresses, you just yell digression as fast as you can at them. It just gets on my nerves.
Why?
I don't know. It's just I like it when someone gets off the point. You know, it's nice to learn something else from the guy.
You don't care to have someone stick to the point when he tells you something.
Oh, sure, I like someone to stick to the point, but I don't like them to stick to the point too much at all. I mean, the guys who got the best grades always stuck to the point. There was this one guy, Richard Kinsella, who, well, he never stuck to the point. We were always yelling digression at him. It was terrible in the first place because he's a really nervous guy, and his lips were always shaking whenever it was time for him to make a speech. I like his speeches the most more than anyone else's. He got a D for it, but I didn't really care. I mean, he made really nice speeches. And in the end, Mr. Vincent, my teacher, he gave him an F because he never described what animals and vegetables were on his farm. What Richard do, he'd start telling you about all that stuff. Then he'd go off to some other topic, like he'd start telling us about his uncle who had polio and all that stuff. I just thought it was wrong when we started yelling digression at him. I don't know. Hey, how's Miss Santolini?
She's a bit under the weather. She's already asleep. But hold on, I have one question for you. Don't you think there's a time and place for everything? Don't you think if a kid starts talking about his father's farm, he should stick to his guns, then start talking about his uncle's place? Or if his uncle's place is such a provocative subject, why doesn't he just start with that and not the farm?
Yeah, I guess he should. I mean, that's what he chose for his subject and all. I mean, you don't know what interests you the most till you start talking. You can't help it. It's just nice. You just don't know this teacher, Mr. Vincent. He could just drive you crazy, him and his goddamn class. I mean, he keep telling you to unify and simplify all the time. Sometimes you just can't do that. You just can't. I mean, really. You can't just unify and simplify something just because he tells you to. You just didn't know this guy, Mr. Vincent. He was really smart, but he just didn't have any brains.
Interesting. You want any cake?
No, cakes are for phonies.
What'd you say?
Never mind.
Okay. Did you know I had lunch with your dad a few weeks ago?
No, I didn't.
You're aware, of course, that he cares about you.
I know, sir.
You know, apparently before he phoned me, he just had a long, rather narrowing letter from your latest headmaster to an effect that you're making absolutely no effort at all, cutting classes, coming unprepared to all your classes. In general, you're being all around...
I didn't cut any classes. I mean, you're not supposed to. You're not allowed to. I just skipped oral expression, that's all.
I don't know what the hell to say to you.
I know. I'm a very hard person to talk to. I know that.
You know, Holden, I feel like you're riding for some terrible, terrible fall, but I honestly don't know what kind. You listen to me?
Yeah.
It may be kind of weird at the age of 30. You sit in some bar, hating everyone who comes in looking as if he might have played football in college. Then again, you may pick up just enough education to hate people who say it's a secret between he and I. You may just end up in a business office throwing paper clips at the nearest stenographer. I just don't know. But do you know what I'm driving at all?
Yeah, sure. But you're wrong on that hating thing. I mean, hating football players and everyone. I don't hate everyone. I mean, I have this friend, Robert Ackley, and this other guy, Stratlatter. They were in the same school as I was. I mean, sure, I'd hate them sometimes, but when I don't see them for a long time, like at the dinner table or something, I sort of miss them.
Alright, listen to me a minute now. I may not word this as memorably as I wanted to, but I'll write you a letter about it in a day or two. Then you'll get it all straight. But listen now anyway. This is a fall you're writing for. It's a special kind of fall, a horrible kind. The man falling isn't permitted to feel or hear himself hit bottom. He just keeps falling and falling. The whole arrangement's designed for men who, at some time or other in their lives were looking for something their own environment couldn't supply them with, or they thought their own environment, they thought they should just give up. They gave up before they could really start. You follow me?
Yeah.
Well then, I feel like you're gonna die nobly. One way for another, for some highly unworthy cost. If I write something down for you, will you read it carefully and keep it?
Yeah, sure.
Be right back.
Alright.
Holden, this wasn't just written by a psychoanalyst, but it was also written by my grandfather, Wilhelm Skettel? I forgot his last name. Just remember Wilhelm. You follow me?
Yeah, sure.
The mark of an immature man is that he wants to die humbly for a cause, while the mark of a mature man is that he wants to die humbly and live for one.
Sir?
No, shh. My grandfather told me that. One of these days, you're going to have to find out where you want to go, and then you're going to have to start going there. But not immediately. You can't afford to lose a minute. I'd hate to tell you for once you have a fair idea of where you want to go. You're going to want to focus on school. You're a student whether you like it or not. You love knowledge, and once you pass all of Mr. Vincentian's, Vincent's, all the same. Who cares? One day you're gonna find that you're not the only one that's frightened by the human nature. You'll find that other people have been just like you, and they've recorded down their troubles. And some people have actually read those troubles, They've been put out to the public and they've read them. And Holden, someday, I think you could do that too. You could record down your troubles and people could read yours so they don't feel like they're alone. You follow me?
Yeah, I follow you.
What?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, there's something else I want to tell you. There's an academic education. That'll do for you. If you go along with it in a considerable distance, it'll begin to give you an idea of what size mind you have, what it'll fit, and maybe what it won't. After a while, you'll have an idea what kind of thoughts your particular size mind should be wearing. For one thing, it may save you an extraordinary amount of time trying on ideas that don't suit you, aren't becoming to you, You'll begin to know what measurement and address you find accordingly. Alright, come on. Let's go get some sheets. We'll fix up the couch.
Alright. Sir, who are those boys?
Oh, those are my nephews. Just follow me to the closet right over here. I'll get the sheets. Okay. Let's
order.
So tell me, Holden, how those women doing, stud?
They're fine.
Sally?
She's fine. I had a date with her earlier.
Hell of a pretty girl. How's that girl you told me about in Maine?
Jane Gallagher. She's fine. I'll probably give her a call tomorrow.
There you go. Oh, wait. Look, what luck. This couch fits your size perfectly.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. You and Mrs. Antolini saved me a lot of time.
It's no problem. I'm just gonna be in the kitchen. If you need anything, just give me a holler. You know where the bathroom is. Is the light gonna bother you?
No, heck no.
Okay, then. Good night, handsome. Dream like an angel, because I know you always do.
What?
Nothing, just go to bed.
Okay. What the hell are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here, admiring.
Get the hell away from me.
Just try and keep your voice. Is everything all right down there? Yeah, honey. Just go back to sleep, okay?
I gotta go.
What? So soon? Why?
I gotta get my stuff at the station. I mean, I'm serious. Alright. Goodbye, sir.
How we